Alright guys, just San here, back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at the AGL transforming Cell, because this guy was one of the Dokkan Festival units for the previous year's Golden Week. So this guy is a little over a year old now, and he's still okay. I mean, he can get to a really good level after you transform with him, or after you get into your perfect form. But for his first form and second form, I feel like this guy is going to be just a little lacking. I mean, he does have some dodge built in, so if you're getting lucky with that, I mean, of course, he can look good. But other than that, more specifically defensively, I don't think he's going to be looking that good. Just because he doesn't really have any, like, damage reduction or guard or anything like that. And the dodge chance, while still good he has it, is very low. So it's not really reliable. So until you get to that perfect form, this guy is going to be a little wonky. But then once you get there, he definitely can look really good. But anyway, before we get into the video, if you find yourself enjoying it at any point, feel free to like and subscribe. Also, keep in mind there are timestamps in the video, so if you want to skip around to any part, then absolutely feel free to do that. And yeah, let's get right into it. So on this opening rotation, we are going to have 4 out of 7 links, so we are going to have big bad bosses, which obviously is a very important link, so definitely looking pretty good there. We got a lot of support from the Android 13 and then the LR Androids. And start of turn, we're at 224k defense. Okay. So that's not horrible, because we get 30% defense from our super attack effect. We get 30% attack and defense when performing a super, and we do have built-in additionals right here. So we could, well, actually, we could triple super, but we'll probably just get the double super. So if we get 2 supers, then what? That would put us at, like, a little over 500k defense. I mean, yeah, that's all right, turn 1. We don't have any dodge chance right here, by the way. In his first form, to get, dodge going on, you're going to have to be facing multiple enemies. So more specifically, you get 17% chance to dodge, and then a 17% chance to crit when facing 2 or more enemies. And then you do get some more crit chance, and then obviously some dodge chance when facing 3 or more enemies. So, I mean, I guess in Super Battle Road that'd be good, but other than there, obviously you're not really going to be able to make much use out of that, because most of the difficult events in the game is just 1 enemy. So not really anything too crazy with that, but I mean, it's still alright, because then if you do got to take him in Super Battle Road, you can kind of rely on the dodge, because turn 1, this guy really isn't going to be looking all that crazy. I mean, 252k defense, yeah, it's not really that great. I feel like it probably could have been just a little bit higher, because, I mean, he gets a good amount of defense on Super, but still, even with that, you're only at like 500k defense, and that's still dying, even from most of these enemies' normals, turn 1, right? I mean, you take him versus Metal Cooler Core. I'm pretty sure the Int Metal Cooler Core, or the Int Cooler Army, if he supers this guy and then, defense debuffs him, then his normals are going to be hitting this guy really hard. So, yeah, just not really the craziest level of defense. I mean, his damage is alright, because, you got the additionals built in. You're doing, like, what, a 6 million into another 6 million. So it's definitely pretty solid, but I don't know. Defensively, he's just a little wonky for his first form. And then in his second form, he gets better, but it's not that much better. It's not nearly the power gap between his second form and perfect form, because it's just a bit of an increase in stats. And then, well, I guess that's pretty much it, right? Just a bit of an increase in stats. Well, actually, no, he does get a 17% chance to dodge and then crit. That's just, like, unrestricted now. You don't need to worry about however many enemies you're facing. So that definitely is pretty good. But it's only a 17% chance to dodge and crit, so it's not really that reliable. But anyway, start of turn, we're at 254k defense. I mean, that's alright, because we get 40% on super. So then from that, we're going to be a little under 300k. Or no, we're going to be a little under 400k. And then we get the 30% on our super attack effect, right? So then we're going to be we're going to be around 500k defense. And then if we get an additional, we could be pushing 600k. Yeah, we did get the additional right there. So 600k defense with a 17% chance to dodge. I don't know. I'm not really that big of a fan of that, because, I mean, look, we're not dodging any of these attacks. I mean, it's a 17% chance. It's not reliable, so not really, I'm not really feeling him right now, right? He's just kind of unimpressive, but then once you get to his perfect form, he does look really good, right? I mean, I know that for a fact. He definitely does look a lot more impressive. His attack and defense start of turn just, like, shoots up. He gets 250%, which is a crazy start of turn attack and defense buff. He does get a 35% chance to dodge and crit, just completely unrestricted, which is really good. because a 35% chance to dodge is still somewhat reliable, right? I mean, you're going to see it. You're going to see a dodge pretty frequently, right? Unless you're just very unlucky, which is still possible, right? I mean, you do want to take that into consideration. And then the 35% chance to crit, same thing goes with that. It's fairly reliable. And then he does get an additional 50% attack and defense when facing only one enemy. So, you know, with the start of turn attack and defense stat, that's just crazy. You know, you get even more attack and defense if you're facing only one enemy, which majority of the time you are only facing one enemy. So just his stats are going to look really good. He does have built-in additionals as well. So in his perfect form, so this right here, I mean, he's going to be looking really, really good, right? Especially after he supers. So, okay, what we'll do is we'll throw him in slot 1. We are going to have majority of our links active. And we're at 352k start of turn defense. So that's not crazy, but definitely a big increase in his start of turn defense. But keep in mind, we get 50% attack and defense on super. So then that's going to put us at like 500k defense just from that. And then we do also get 30% attack and defense on our super attack effect. So then that's going to put us at like 600k, 650k defense. And then we could get the additional that would put us at like 800k defense. So then 800k defense with a 35% chance to dodge is a lot better, right? Because then the dodge chance is a lot more reliable. And, you know, just overall, he's going to be looking a lot more impressive. And you could get the triple supers, which he would be pushing 1,000,000 defense with the 35% chance to dodge, which is really good. So, I mean, in his perfect form, I mean, yeah, look at that damage, too, and over an 8 million crit. So, yeah, he definitely can be looking really good. We did not get the additional. So, unfortunately, in his kit, it is worded the way we don't like it. He just has a high chance to launch an additional super attack when HP is 50% or more. It's not an additional that has a high chance to become a super. So that definitely is kind of unfortunate, again, right? I mean, it's going to make it to where there are scenarios where you're not going to get the additional super. And because you don't have that guaranteed additional, you probably won't get the hidden potential system super as well. So, I mean, there's still flaws in his kit when he's in his perfect form, right? But for the most part, he's going to be looking really good. So, okay, we got Super 13 right here. And then we got the perfect transformation as well. So we're probably going to nuke with him on this turn. And then we'll call it in here. Because, yeah, I mean, once you go perfect with him, obviously he's going to be looking really good. But, I mean, what turn are we looking at right here? We're on turn 6. So turn 6, and then we're going to start looking good. That is a little late into the fight, right? I mean, turn 6 is when you're wrapping up these events. So that definitely is kind of a bummer with this unit. You know, you're not really getting to that point where he's going to be good until really late into the fight. But 317k defense right there. Pretty good. So we get a lot of attack and defense on super. We've got a lot of crits and dodge chance going on. So overall, we're definitely looking pretty solid. Hopefully we can get some additionals right here. We didn't get the additional super on the previous turn. And I do want to showcase that. Wow, second form cell taking a lot of damage. Okay. Yeah, and another thing about this cell that isn't really the best. I mean, I don't want to make it seem like this guy's bad, but there's just a lot of things in his kit that is not in his favor. Like his teams, right? His teams are really, really bad. I mean, he's got the LR EZA cell, and then other than that, there's not really many good, like, linking partners this guy has. I mean, for the androids team, too, it's not really that crazy. I mean, there's obviously the Gammas. You've got, I guess, Physical 17, MVP 17. He just got his EZA. And other than that, the androids category is pretty bad, right? So, I mean, there's a couple units here and there. You know, you got 19 and 20, and then that's pretty much it, right? I don't think I can think of any other good androids units. So, you know, his team is really bad, which is another reason why this guy just is really wonky right now. I mean, maybe if we were to get a new cell, this guy could look a little bit better on there. Maybe if the cell provided some, like, damage reduction support, I don't know, like maybe 10% or 15% or something like that, then, you know, in his first and second transformation, this guy could look a lot better. Because we actually haven't gotten a damage reduction support since Path to Power Kid Goku, surprisingly enough. So, I mean, we definitely could be seeing that very soon. And if we got something like that, you know, a really good linking partner with the cell that would provide him some damage reduction, that would make it to where in slot 2, you know, if you're at like 500, 600k defense, you know, in his first and second form transformation, you know, with the damage reduction too, then, you know, it'll help him, it'll shield him a little. And then, of course, then you go into his perfect form, and then he's going to be really crazy, then also with the support. So, pretty good attack stat right there. Obviously, you know, nuke test very high. I was rambling on about, you know, a new cell, so didn't even mention it. But, yeah, really high number right there. But with all that shown, let's go ahead and cut to the red zone test. All right, so we're here fighting Red Zone Broly. Now, I figured we could take him in here because obviously Red Zone Broly does cancel dodging. So this is really going to put the Cell's defense to the test because, you know, you can't rely on the dodge. It's just his defense. So right here, we're at 397k start of turn defense. Pretty solid. To be fair, though, we have a lot of support. So this is a very good rotation for him. We're going to have a lot of links active. I think we're going to have, yeah, 4 out of 7. Now, the best, like, just thing that could happen right here is all of these attacks before we super are normals. And then that one attack after we super is a super attack. And then we can see how well he's tanking that. Okay, well, all right, we're probably dead right here. And I am going to keep this in the video because this is still an issue with the Cell. Is that, you know, in slot 1, if you don't get the super off, you know, 812k from a super from Broly. So that is a lot. I mean, most of the time you're going to want to put this guy in slot 2 or 3. But as we already said in the video, like, the team Cell is on, there's not many good slot 1 options. So you are kind of forced to run this guy in slot 1. And if you don't dodge and you don't get the super off, then the amount of damage this guy is going to be taking is a lot, definitely. So I guess, you know, we could just cut back to the Red Zone Broly stage because I just wanted to get that in the video just to showcase he could still get clapped up in certain scenarios. Alright, so we're back fighting Red Zone Broly, and we do have his giant transformation, which I did forget to mention. He does have that. And it is really crazy. I really like the way they designed it, but we'll talk about it after we play this animation. So let me make sure I have the skip off, which I do. So let's go ahead and play this. Alright, so when you go into his giant transformation, he gets guaranteed crits, which is just crazy in and of itself, right? Just a guaranteed crit on anything he does is really, really good. I mentioned this in my Orange Piccolo showcase, but with these giant form units or Rage form, whatever you want to call it, you know, getting guaranteed crits I think is a little bit more better than getting like additionals, because doing a 3 million attacks that obviously then with the crit is going to make it to where, you know, your damage is just really high, even if you have type disadvantage. But then if you're doing, you know, a 3 million attacks that, and then you've got an additional, or yeah, you've got like an additional super, then, you know, type disadvantage, your damage is obviously going to be really weak. And if you're doing a 3 million attacks that, I'm pretty sure your damage overall is going to be a bit higher if you're critting than if you're getting additionals. So definitely really good with that. He does also have some built-in ki. He just gets 2 ki start of turn, which is pretty good. So you only need to get 4 ki with him if you are trying to get a super with him, which obviously you're going to want to get a super. But yeah, with the crits, the start of turn ki he gets, a very good giant transformation. So, okay, what we'll do is we'll throw him in slot 2. I guess we're going to see how well he's going to tank right here with this super. We've got a lot of support, and we're going to have 4 out of 7 links. So this Cell in slot 1 should be able to tank. We're going to get 6 Ki Spheres with him. So he's going to get some damage reduction. And he's at 353k. Okay. So yeah, he should be fine, I think. He shouldn't die. He might take a little bit of damage right here because he gets a lot of defense on super as well. But, I mean, he should be fine, at least from taking these 2 normals. Yeah, double digits. All right. So hopefully he doesn't kill. I mean, he definitely can do a lot of damage. 24.3. Okay, wait a minute. That's a lot more than I was expecting. How much is... Oh, he crit. And he got the additional... Okay, please don't crit. If this crits, then... Oh my god. Dude. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can we just talk about that damage for a second? Like, that completely caught me off guard. But, okay, yeah, we just steamrolled through Broly right there. That was crazy, dude. Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm going to keep that in the video. I guess that's been the red zone test. Between both of the cells right there, that was just insane. I mean, over 20 million. Let's just cut to unit breakdown. I'm speechless with that one. Alright, so here we have Ultimate Life Form with immense power, Cell First Form. So starting off with his leader skill, it is Android / Cell Saga or Power Absorption category Ki +3, HP attack defense plus 170%, and then the extra 30% to stats goes to the Androids category. So a pretty solid leader. He should be a little bit better considering he is the best lead for both of these categories. But still, overall, I mean, a good leader skill, right? And then his super attack effect is that he raises attack infinitely, so that's a 30% attack increase, and then raises defense for 1 turn, does immense damage. And then his passive is that he gets attack and defense plus 70%, he gets an additional attack and defense plus 30% when performing a super, He gets an additional attack and defense plus 80% and chance of performing a crit and chance of dodging enemies' attack, including super, plus 18% when facing 2 or more enemies. And then he gets an additional attack and defense plus 70% and chance of performing a crit and dodging plus 17% when facing 3 or more enemies. And then he also has the medium chance of launching additional super when HP is 50% or more. And then the condition to go into his second form, obviously just on the next turn you get it, right? And then his links are Flee, Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Nightmare, The Wall Standing Tall, and then Fierce Battle. And then his categories are Android/Cell Saga, Power Absorption, Androids, Transformation Boost, Time Travelers, Artificial Life Forms, Target Goku, Sworn Enemies, Accelerated Battle, Worldwide Chaos, and Exploding Rage. And then in his second form, I'm pretty sure he keeps the same super attack effect, so this is exactly the same. And his passive is he gets attack and defense plus 180% now, and then he gets 10% more attack and defense when performing a super. He just gets a chance to crit and dodge plus 17%, just for free, right? No restrictions behind it. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 120% and chance of performing a crit and dodging plus 18% when facing 2 or more enemies. And then he also has a medium chance of an additional super when HP is 50% or more. And then he loses Flee and gets Brutal Beatdown, which definitely is good because this link is just... Let's look at this really quick. Yeah, a horrible link. I mean, you might get this with like the first form Prime Battle Cell, but other than him, a really bad link. And then in his perfect form, his super attack changes to where he just gets 30% attack and defense for 1 turn now, and then does immense damage. And then his passive is that he gets attack and defense plus 250%. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 50% when launching a super. He has a chance to crit and dodge plus 35%. And then he gets an additional attack and defense plus 50% when facing 1 enemy. And then he has the high chance to launch an additional super when HP is 50% or more. And the condition for that is that you have to be below 50% HP when facing only 1 enemy. And then also, I think he gets the Gentleman and the Messenger from the Future, I think. Or no, he already had that. So, okay, yeah, he just gets Gentleman, which, I mean, alright, I guess, whatever. It's a solid link, because I guess some other cells have that. And then he does have his Rage form, which we already talked about this, but he gets the 2 key and then the guaranteed crit, which is very good because the guaranteed crit obviously makes it to where these giant forms are just going to be hitting a lot harder. And then the 2 key is going to make it to where it's just easier to get a super. So alright, that has been the Transforming Cell Showcase. Let me know what you guys think of this guy down in the comments. Let me know if you think I went too harsh on him or if you think I went too easy on him. And yeah, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.